Hey y'all, you missed me? I am back. This is my review for the Next Gen NYC Season 1, Episodes 4 and 5. Happy Friday. I know it's some type of holiday that Americans celebrate, but what's been going on in this country, I'm not really, I don't care about its birthday. So yeah, enjoy y'all's day off. I still gotta work. I gotta bartend. It's fine. But yeah, I wanted to make sure like I catch up on this show because y'all, I'm pretty much sold. I am sold on this show. I'm sorry that I'm late with the review. So this is gonna be episode 4 and 5. Get comfortable. Cause I am. Mm. By the way, these are the truth. Get you an Aperol spritz in a bottle. They come 4 in a pack. It is delicious. It like tastes exactly like an Aperol spritz. Anywho, I swear they're not paying me. Let's get into this episode. So this is episode 4. We open with the Marks family doing an activity together. So Meredith just gonna be in every single episode this season, huh? She's slick. Production shows shots of Crypto's apartment. That's Charlie, if y'all didn't know, if you're new to the channel. Also, I sent a link to my reviews to Riley as well as Ariana. They're my two favorites so far this season. So Ariana and Riley, if you are watching, if I say something about y'all's friend Brooks, it is just in jest. I am just reviewing what I see on the show. So don't take it personal. So yeah, production shows shots of Crypto's apartment, and it is a fucking mess. Like it's just crumples of weed and roaches, and not the actual roaches. Like you know what, when you smoke a weed down to the little part, I think it's called a roach. Is that what it's called, youngins in the chat? Weed smokers? Yeah, like a bunch of those everywhere, as well as just like dirty dishes and everything. It's a real pigsty. We're now with Ariana and her boyfriend, and it seems like they finally found an apartment. It's in Soho, and it is 10,000 a month. 10 grand a month. Ariana, girl, you could have paid me a broker's fee and I would have found you something in the $5,000 range. Like that is insane. I know her boyfriend is like the heir of the Zaxby's throne, but Jesus, 10 grand? New Yorkers, look, I don't know. If she wanted space, imagine what she could have got in Brooklyn. Imagine what she would have got uptown, something in the Upper West Side. Look, I guess it ain't tricking if you got it. It ain't tricking if you got it, because I think they're sharing the rent. He got it, 5,000, and I think her budget was 6. So it's good for them, but I'm just like, damn. So yeah. Oh, happy birthday, Max V. Happy birthday. It is also my best friend's birthday from college. I was telling her birthday is more important than America's. And that goes for you too, Max V. Happy birthday. And I'm glad you're spending, just a little bit of it with me in the live chat. I appreciate y'all so much. Wish him happy birthday, y'all. So we're back with the Marks family at this installation. I've been to it before. I think it's called Archetype or something. It's in the Meatpacking District. I went with my friend. I don't know. I hate Brooks' scenes as well as his family. Like, Brooks really brings nothing to the show. It's just the only thing we can thank Brooks for is he knows everybody and he's like basically the anchor and the connection. But him on his own, not so much. Like if they have another season 2, I would like him as a friend of, just like the messy friend of, because if you don't like confrontation, sir, then you're on the wrong show. Oh, thank you. T-shirts, that's my bag. That's what I'm good at. I love a good throwback nostalgia t-shirt. Um, but yeah, his vocal fry, it's like unbearable to me. I don't like confrontation and what's going on. Like, I hate it. I hate it. He's actually talking about having independence when his family still pays his phone bill. His mom is his boss, and he expects, his dad to fight his battles. Like, I don't get it. You want independence, but it don't seem like it, sir. And you're mid-20s. I'm just confused why he acting as if he didn't suggest that his dad talk to crypto for him. Anywho, um, speaking of which, we're with Crypto having lunch with his dad and his dad's girlfriend. You can see that the apple does not fall far from the wicked tree. He's just as much of a dick as his father. Later on, Crypto Dad invites his son and his friends to come by his place. Thank you, Abby, for the super chat. I agree. Brooke's dad is strange in an American Psycho type way. Next, we're with Ava telling her dad what happened with Crypto and Riley. She's like the female version of Brooks, but with a backbone. Like, she's just so uninteresting to me. Like, her dad, Damon Dash, is more interesting than her. Like, that's the thing that Brooks and her have in common. Like, their parents are way more interesting than they are. Next scene, we're with Georgia. Remember her, the girl that doesn't wash her hands? We're getting more background on what she does for her career. We're also introduced to her boyfriend, who is in a business space, and they kind of work together. So then now we're with Riley and Ariana meeting up. They're discussing the Sprinter ride and how much of an asshole Crypto is. It's sad that they are more mature than he is. Like, Riley is only 21. I think Ariana, she's like 22. Crypto is going on 30, just to let y'all know. Like, they don't care about his daddy issues. Be a good person. Be a good person. Like, it costs nothing to be a good person, in my opinion. Ariana then tells Riley she has her back and will fight a man if she has to. Look, see, white people, it is not hard to be an ally. It really ain't. I also love that Ariana made a reference to the wig shift involving her mom and Sheree. Like, if I gotta shift the wig a little bit, I'll do it for my homegirl Riley. I love their friendship so much. I really do. Next scene, it's the day Crypto is inviting his friends to his dad's place. A lot of people are noticeably absent. No one of color is there. I believe they're absent because either they're mad at him or they just don't want to be there. They don't want to be around him. Or Crypto doesn't want them there, because I think that's why Ariana probably wasn't invited, because he don't like her. Meanwhile, Ariana and her boyfriend are actually moving in to this $10K a month space, plus the 15% broker's fee. Insane. So insane. But I'm glad they're happy. We're back with the boring kids, and the violins are just loud as they're talking about therapy on their way to Crypto Dad's place. Spare me to talk about, oh, I'm in therapy right now. It clearly ain't working. We're back with Ariana, and she's getting settled, and we get a Kim Zolciak cameo on FaceTime. That's 3 housewife cameos we've had so far in one episode. Because I think we get a glimpse of Teresa, and then, Meredith, and now Kim, who I think she's going to be on this show later on in the season. So Crypto and his friends arrive at his dad's. They're pretty much just hanging out. Crypto looks like he has so much anxiety just being around his dad. Like, there's definitely some resentment there. They're having a one-on-one conversation, and I think the topic is Charlie's future. and it doesn't go well. He doesn't want to talk about it with his dad. Cut to his confessional, and he says that he can never please his dad. And then we see that Georgia is very aware of Crypto's relationship and telling everybody how she feels sad for him. Now, keep this in mind for the next episode if you saw it. But she's saying that she just really feels sad for him that he can't stay with his dad, so he gets an allowance from his dad because so his dad won't have to deal with him. So then one girl in this moment says what we're all thinking as an audience. Okay, but Charlie is like 30. 30. And I'm just like, exactly. He is a grown ass man. Like, he's not 21 like Riley trying to find his footing. Like, why are we feeling sorry for him again? Like 30 years old? 30. Now, look, my mom still treats me like I'm in single digits, but I have to remind her, Mom, I am almost 40. I am a grown-ass man. I appreciate the feedback, but I got this. I got this. And I talk to my mom like that. She's really old school. Like, who are you talking to? I'm just like, Mom, I am being respectful. I am just saying, I am grown. So yeah, I feel like Crypto has a lot of growing to do. Yes, Crypto is the elder. Yeah, I think Ariana has a business, but I think she is an influencer. Like, I was checking out her and Riley's followers. Riley is almost at 1 million. And then Ariana, I think she's at 662,000 because I just follow both of them. Let me get a little sip of my beverage, my Aperol Spritz. I love this drink. Oh, I'm pretty sure y'all don't get that reference. So delicious. All right. Live show, y'all. I remember back in the day where, I could do this and just, edit it out. I don't feel like editing these days. I love a live review. Anywho. So, Crypto is pissed at his dad after their conversation, and he says in his confessional that he probably won't know peace until his dad is dead. Now, I'm sure he got cut off by the time this aired, because wow, that is really something to say. What brand is that drink? So this is actually Aperol. Aperol is a liqueur. It is a aperitif, and it is used to make an Aperol Spritz. So the Aperol company came out with their own little bottles of Aperol Spritz. No, it is unfortunately not non-alcoholic, but since I'm an alcoholic and I know a lot about liquor, I do know of a brand, and I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just pausing the review. I mean, it's Friday, we got the day off, I could talk. There is a liquor brand that they sell non-alcoholic drinks. It's called Phony Negroni. Look it up. You can buy it in the stores, and that is for my, people that don't want alcohol in there, but they want a non-alcoholic beverage. So yeah, look it up. Phony Negroni. Thank me later. Anywho, back to the episode. So next scene, we're in the Bronx on a golf course, and it is Dame Dash's charity event. This is the most Black people I've seen on this show. Brooks and Ava are there with their dads, and they're about to play golf. The way Damon Dash talk, he definitely must wear dentures. And I think we saw that when they came out on the Shade Room or Neighborhood Talks or something. Excuse me. Anywho, Brooks' dad is acting like the square he is. It was really funny seeing him being offered weed by Dame Dash and declining it. Anywho, Ava and Brooks are talking about Crypto, and Ava is still expecting an apology from him. Also, Brooks is being, a messy queen, bitch bottom per usual. Telling Ava about the therapy conversation Crypto was having in, the last scene. Um, a pretty funny moment happens when a storm starts while they're trying to get back to the lobby in their golf carts. So later on, next scene, Brooks sends a message to the group saying he is celebrating his dumb sister's birthday in Brooklyn. Everyone is invited. Then next we're with Georgia and her man strategizing an event. Fast forward. Next, we're with Ava and Crypto, and it looks like they're on good terms now because Crypto is giving an apology that's more convincing than his last one. We also find out in the flashback that him and Riley are good too, but I think this apology is still bullshit and narcissistic. But Riley wants peace and begrudgingly accepts his apology, mostly because she's more mature than he is. I'd rather a live review too, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So back with Crypto and Ava, and they bring up the other housewife kids, and he says Ariana is growing on him. And then Ava, messy ass, I see you, girl. I see you. She jokes that, oh, maybe you have a crush on her. And Crypto says maybe he'll try to fuck her low key. I was so disgusted by that. Like, I'm not sure why he thinks he has this easy access to women, because he is not attractive at all. Like, you look like a junkie, sir, if we're being 100 right now. Just super gross. Like, I really hate when, like, maybe that's why I don't have many straight friends, because I really don't like it when women are objectified like that. And yeah, I'm side-eyeing Ava too. Oh my God. Charlie, like, you know exactly what he's doing, and you baited him into doing that. And your mean girl colors will like eventually show anyway. So the next scene, Adriana and her boyfriend, they go to a designer shop to get pointers since they want to start their own fashion line together. The designer gives them, I think, the reality check that they needed because they have a lot of work to do. So then next, it's the evening of Brooke's sister's birthday where everyone is invited. We get another Meredith Marks cameo. We finally see the mysterious, elusive chanteuse, Amira. Remember her? She's a cast member, joining the group finally. She really just be doing her own thing. I would like to get to know her, but right now it's just really surface with her. Yes, Crypto is disgusting, and he also looks smelly. Do you think we'll see Ava get evicted on the show? Ava, Dame Dash's daughter? I don't think so. With the parents she have, you feel like Ava wants Charlie. I mean, he seems like her type. Let me see. Oh, so meanwhile, Ava and Brooks are chatting about Crypto, apologizing to her. Brooks asks, do you think he has feelings for you? She says no, and she sees Crypto as a gay best friend. She says she doesn't think so, but then spills the joke he said about wanting to fuck Ariana. And look, I bet that messy queen at some point is going to run and tell Ariana that. And then, even hearing his response to what Ava said, he was like, what? He's so wild. Okay, like he wasn't even offended. He just couldn't wait to pass on that mess. Like, girl, shut up. Anyway, they join Amira, and Ava is really on her mean girl this episode. She tells them, well, I didn't know Ariana was a fashion designer. I'm surprised. Because basically she says when she sees her, she doesn't get fashionable. And clearly it's meant in a negative way. Amira surprisingly doesn't go along with this or laugh. She actually points out, like, that's pretty mean. And she says it in her confessional as well. I appreciated that from her. Oh, well, Damon Dash got a ton of money issues and got evicted recently. Well, her mom, I think, Becky with the good hair, she got money, I think. Anyway, later on, Brooks is being asked by Riley and Ariana what he was talking about to Ava for so long. He gives this act as if he doesn't want to spill the secret, but he throws Ava under the bus and tells Ariana what she said. Ariana is clearly pissed off. Brooks knows that he threw match on, gasoline. She then says she wants Ava with the bitch ass attitude. Now, I'm not sure if they edited this out, but it seemed like this was in connection to her mom being Becky with the good hair, Ava with the bitch ass attitude. That's way too close. Like, Ariana must have said something else. They should have left it in if she did. So while most of them go to the bathroom, Ava comes back by Brooks, and he tells her that, he told the girls what she said about Ariana. Now she says, she meant it as a joke and she didn't mean it as a bad thing. Girl, if you're going to be shady, if you're going to be a mean girl, just own it. Own it. So, I'm just saying that you came for her first. So now if she returns serve, don't get mad. So now the credits are rolling. We see Adriana. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Adriana. Ariana is very upset. She comes back to where Brooks is and sits right next to Ava with Gia behind her. And Ava asks, "Are you okay?" And Ariana says, "Are you okay?" Why would you come for my brand that you don't even know about? And then they leave it on the cliffhanger there. And that is where the episode ends. I enjoyed this episode, but I'm already at the 22-minute mark, y'all. So let's get to episode 5. Let's see. Episode 5. Got my notes. Let me lubricate. Whew. All right. Next episode. So we continue from the cliffhanger. Ava says, "Babe, I didn't mean to come for your brand." She's like, "All I said was, I'm surprised you moved to New York to start a fashion brand." Like, so you gaslighting her. For real? Like, I don't like that. Like you're gaslighting her for being offended by your words. And you're telling her friend that you're surprised that, she moved to New York to fulfill her dream. Now, Gia jumps in and she says, "Why is that surprising? People move to New York to start things all the time." I love Gia in this moment. I love when she was sticking up for her friend because they look down on the housewife kids. So I'm glad the housewife kids got each other's backs. Meanwhile, we got bitch ass Brooks on the sideline with Georgia dirty ass tee-hee-heeing on the sideline. Brooks is a friend of nobody, I think. Not you saying Chucky. I might have to call him Chucky instead of Crypto, but yeah, Chucky and Ava gets on my last nerve. Don Juan told Chucky, "Come see me," and the way he talked to Georgia, I'm pissed. Don Juan? Candy's Don Juan? Please elaborate. I'm only 45 minutes away. I seen he was at the pier. I'm ready. Love that Ariana and Gia stood 10 toes down. Me too. I just think that Ava needs to just admit that it was a dig and she was being shady and just apologize. Oh my God, we got 100 people in the room, y'all. Oh my God. I think we have a good show alert. Please like the video while you're in here. So another thing is, Gia is going hard for her girl Ariana. And I get it. But I'm thinking, Gia, Ariana, she got this. Like, she's speaking up for herself very well. It's good for you to chime in, but don't speak over Ariana. Let her talk and fight her own battles. Unlike Brooks. Because I think Ariana can definitely handle her own. Ava then makes it worse by comparing Georgia and Ariana, saying, well, if Georgia told me that she was starting a fashion line, it would make more sense. Wow. Wow. So then Gia, she is definitely Teresa Giudice's daughter, how she is turning up right now. Ava's like, please don't put your hands in my face. Gia's like, I'm Italian. That's how we do. Calm down, Gia. Like, I agree with Riley. Like, I think she getting a little bit too riled up because this ain't her fight. Now, Ariana is explaining herself, but they start singing happy birthday to Brooke's sister, and then the argument stops. Child, and now we got Ava trying to play the victim, saying, I need a drink or I'm going to start crying. Save it, please. So the night ends there. And then the next scene we're with Georgia as she gives more insight on her business. We then cut to Brooks and his mommy in a fashion showroom looking for looks for Meredith. And look, Meredith so far has been in all 5 episodes. Brooks says that he's the one who's been styling his mom after season 1. So, y'all, we have somebody to blame for Meredith and her Muppet fashions. We jump back to Georgia, and the connection is she's actually helping to plan Meredith's next event, promoting her caviar. Brooks had a hand in setting this up. Brooks and his mom are now having a back and forth on why she fired him in the first place. And it seems like he fucked up on doing something for her. And Meredith was just treating him like any other employee. But Brooks was just so offended by that. And I guess when you're privileged, being treated like everyone else, it just seems unfair to you. He is just such a spoiled little bitch boy to me. He really is. And I'm still trying to find just one redeeming quality about him that I like. So then next scene, we're at Ariana's apartment and she's being visited by Riley. Again, I love their friendship. I love that it's like they're legit friends again. It's just so sweet. So they're discussing what Ava said about Ariana, and Ariana just admits that, it really hurt my feelings that she said that. This bitch don't even know me. I'm paraphrasing. She didn't call her a bitch, but I'm pretty sure she wanted to. Riley adds that Ava even admitted to her that her mommy dresses her, Rachel Roy. So she says, like, well, who are you to judge someone's style when you don't even dress yourself, girl? So then we find out that Candy is coming to New York because she's currently on tour with Escape. Let me read what some of y'all are saying. I love Gia. Wake up in the morning and fighting, or whatever she said. Waking up in the morning thinking about so many things. I think that's how it goes. Gia don't play about family. Gia's song about her family was so heartbreaking. Put the likes up. Don Juan on Wednesday let Chucky know wrong road. Check it out. Well, please send it to my Instagram, cdiggy1. Ava doesn't have an eye for fashion, in my opinion. It looks like she picks her outfits with her eyes closed. So the next scene we're with Ava and Crypto talking at an empty, slutty vegan because her and her dad, Damon Dash, plan to run it, I guess. Actually, I've heard a lot about Slutty Vegan and not a lot of good things. I heard that their company is really in some serious financial turmoil because it's just the concept isn't working in this economy. Like, With vegan, it's definitely more expensive. You're gonna have to charge more. People ain't got it like that. Not everybody are vegans, but yeah, like I heard they even shut down plans to have a slutty vegan in the airport. Could you imagine how much that is? Like a vegan burger in the airport from Slutty Vegan would probably cost you $25, not including fries, not including a drink. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think it's a terrible business idea. But she wants to bring crypto in on it to help as well. Anyway, crypto is pissed at Georgia because she didn't return his speakers. And it seems like their friendship is like it's really affecting their friendship and it's not in the same place where it used to be because they used to be really close. He also puts out on camera that she used to be homeless. She would crash on his couch. And he said that she would eat his scraps. His scraps. Really? You can't find my Instagram? Unless you're blocked. My Instagram is cdiggy1. CDIGGI1. So yeah. If you can't find it, that must mean you blocked. And if you got blocked, that means you gave me a reason. Anyway, speaking of which, we're with Georgia on a date with her boyfriend. She's talking about the stress of planning Meredith's caviar event because the original venue shut down. So she had to make some phone calls to book a new venue. We see in the flashback that Meredith was very pissed that they don't have a venue yet, and the event is literally the next day. But look, I hope Georgia gets it right because she gonna learn today not to fuck with Meredith Marks. Because, you know, when that eye starts to twitching and that neck starts to jerk, like, you know, it's like she's about to short circuit, you better run. Run like there's like a velociraptor coming at you. And then we're reminded by some clips from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, who Georgia says she's never seen. So then she starts, her boyfriend starts talking about where they are in their relationship. My fucks are few, so fast forward. Next scene is the day of Meredith's caviar event. And I'm like, child, where are the adults? Like, this is clearly an influencer event. And Meredith knows she's slick, trying to like hawk her little caviar on her son's show. I see you, Meredith. We get a cameo from Teresa and Louis the Lobster. And, you know, the event is going great. And then we see Charlie trying to go around telling the cast that, oh, let's go to Box Club, like this overpriced exclusive club in New York. He tells them that, you know, if they get a table, it's going to be a few racks. Like, just like a scammer. Like, he gives Firefly, like, what is it? Firefest tea? Like the owner or whatever. Like, just a real sneaky ass snake oil salesman. Also, Ava shows up to the event when it's about to end in like 20 minutes. Let's see. We see Ariana across the room. I think she sees Ava, and it looks like, you know, she still feels some type of way about her. Like, she don't really trust her. We see Ava talking to Brooks, and she says, oh, so do I have to apologize to these girls now? Now, in that moment, the irony is, like, you sound just like your buddy Crypto when it came to Riley about giving an apology. And really, I really think that y'all are actually made for each other. Y'all are two terrible assholes that deserve each other. So then Ava, she does say that she apologized to Ariana via text. And then she goes over to say hello to both Gia and Ariana, and it's cordial. So then later, it looks like most of them went out to this club that Charlie suggested. And I'm sure some drama is going to happen from that. We don't see that. We just go to the next scene, which is with Riley. And she's meeting her mom, Miss Candy Burris, her first appearance on the show. We see Todd, Ace, Blaze, the whole family is there. It's good to see all of them, even Todd. So Candy is wondering if Riley wants to stay in New York, and Riley says, yeah, because she feels that if she goes back to Atlanta, she's just going to live in her mom's shadow. And I totally agree with that way of thinking. Like, that's understandable. So then Candy says, she just wants Riley to be on her own and have her own income. Candy tells her, or reminds her that she has 6 months to find a job to support herself. Riley is a recent graduate from NYU. And you know what? I've been there. When I graduated LSU, I was just like, so what now? You really got to find yourself. And that is all about your 20s. So I don't think that Candy should be pressuring her daughter like so hard to find, like a career or something, like, or just be so pressed to cut her daughter off. Like, you see, like, these white people take care of their kids till they're way damn near in their 40s. I mean, look at Tinsley. She gets a fucking stipend, or what is she, like a trust fund baby? And I know Candy got it. Especially, like, somebody said Riley should have hit Candy with, didn't you say, I'll take care of every motherfucker in here? I could. But yeah, the pressure is real. Riley says her interest is to be a DJ, and Candy rolls her eyes and says, what happened to being a lawyer? And just like observing this scene, didn't y'all notice that, look, when Candy is around Riley, like Riley kind of sinks back into like the timid girl that we saw on Real Housewives of Atlanta when she's around her mom. Y'all notice that? But then when, by herself, we see that Riley is really like her own person. She speaks her mind. But around her mom, she kind of just like gets a little timid. And it just reminds me of the Riley that like I'm accustomed to on Atlanta. So yeah, like I wonder if Candy realizes that. Like, how she can probably make her daughter feel. And you know what? Yeah, most children do that, because you know what? I probably do that too around my mom. So then Ariana arrives, and this is Candy's first time seeing her since she was a kid. And Ariana is aware of her and her mom's relationship, Candy. And she's definitely going to stay clear of that conversation. Now, Charlie is brought up because they're asking, like, who's that guy that you were complaining about? And now it seems they have more issues between each other because of the club that they went to the previous evening. So basically the story is Crypto got there, they had a table, he brought a bunch of girls trying to like, act like he's the one paying for bottles and the table service. Riley's saying, dude, I don't even have anywhere to sit, and I'm going in on this section. So then they get the bill. The bill is $14K. Candy's voice, excuse me? I know it wasn't on my car. Like, the way Candy reacted, like, I thought she was about to lunge at Riley and choke her out like Homer and Bart Simpson. And Riley said, wait, like, I only had to pay half, $7,000. Riley, 7 bands, girl, 7 bands. Baby girl, you got. You got. And then Ariana tries to help Riley out by saying, well, Amira said that she was going to go half on that 7K. But yeah, that conversation took a mean turn. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure that Candy, even if it was 7K, she didn't even notice that shit leave her account. I know she didn't. But we always knew that Candy was a little cheap, back in the day. And I get it. Like, when you've been broke and you get some money, some real money, you will make sure you are never broke again. Because that's probably how I'm going to be if I ever get to the level of some of the popular YouTubers, like, shout out to Bondi Blue, DJ Richie Sky, Make It Make Sense. If I get to their level, And what they make a month, child, look, I will still be working, still be bartending, just act like I ain't got it. Like, look, I'm gonna be penny pinching too. So I get it, Candy. But yeah, like, ain't that something y'all what crypto did? Like, I would be pissed, so pissed. So then, speaking of that, next scene we're with Crypto meeting with Dylan. I think that's the OnlyFans guy, and they're talking about how Charlie did some foul shit. Like he basically has a pattern of getting people to pay shit for him, and we find out that he offered to give Riley some money, and Riley was just like, you know what? We don't want your money. We don't want your money. Meanwhile, Ariana's boyfriend, I think, paid $8,000, and he was saying, well, no, like, I want the money. Like, so yeah, it is something. Like, I'm pretty sure when they got that $14,000 bill, they were just like, I think they said he slithered out when the bill came. I'd be ready to fight. Also, I noticed where they are right now. I used to work in that area. I used to work at Pier 17, bartending their concert events. But anyway, his friend Dylan is basically unloading on Crypto in his confessional, saying that, you know, Crypto's habits, he's not driven, he doesn't take responsibility, all that shit. So then next scene, we're with most of the cast members except Ava and Charlie, Crypto. So they're on the topic of Charlie and saying how he's been skipping on tabs before and him owing money. And then we catch Dylan on camera saying that Crypto owes him $4,000. And I'm just like, if your daddy gives you all this money a month, why you owe people? Why are you owing people right now? So Georgia says she knows exactly how much his dad gives him a month, but she won't say. And I'm just like, girl, it's crazy that you're protecting him. Meanwhile, he's telling your friends, y'all mutual friends, that you were homeless on his couch and eating his scraps. I'm sure she didn't know that. The topic then moves to Brooke's birthday, and Gia should suggest to them that, oh, well, maybe we should have it on the Jersey Shore. The way my eyes rolled, I was just like, of course, Gia. She gonna do anything to have it near her so she won't have to travel. But then next scene, we still see, you know, Crypto bugging Georgia for those damn speakers that he let her borrow. And like, you know, the way he is fiending right now and hounding her for those speakers, it's a little concerning. Like, is there money inside of it? Do you owe somebody? You trying to pawn it? We're now getting this heavy montage about Crypto needing to grow up. Also, can I just say, as a person that's turning 40 this month, going from 39 to 40, looking back on when I was 29 going into 30, it's really not that bad. It's really not. Just, you know, but, you know, hindsight is 2020. Next scene, George is having lunch with her business partner, and Crypto pops by, and y'all, it goes 0 to 100 so quick. Like, he says something about what he's doing, and Georgia, you know, responds sarcastically. Then he says he regrets the more he involves her in his life. So they're now getting into it, even after she returned his speakers to him. And her poor business associate next to her, like she looks so uncomfortable because she just met Crypto and he calls Georgia a stupid delusional bitch, like, to her face. She says, well, everyone here hates you. And then he tells her, well, you wouldn't have been on the show if it wasn't for me. You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me. She says, you still get money from your dad every month. Like, you, she also exposes the, you know, the actual number that he gets. Allegedly, he gets $10,000 a month from his dad. Now, that is a shame that you are owing people 2,000 here, 1,000 here, 4,000 there. You're living like just living it up, and you making $10,000 a month. Wow. So then Crypto calls her dirt poor. She calls him a joke. So then he starts to get up and leave. He's taking his mic pack off. He tells her, if you were a man, I would slap you right now. I would slap you in your face. Georgia and her friend are shocked. He then storms off. Like, we find out that he went nuclear over $200 speakers. Like, that is wild. And not only is it crazy that you're talking to a woman like this, like, you're like, why is it violence that you're just immediately going to? That's crazy. And I wish a ninja would talk to my homegirl like that and just saying I would slap you if you weren't a woman. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure he is just like his shitty ass father. So then we cut to Georgia confessional saying if his dad didn't give him an allowance, he'd be on the street tomorrow. I kind of laughed from that. The credits are rolling now as Georgia just continues to talk shit about Crypto, and that is where the episode ends. What an ending. I was really gagged that he was talking to her like that. They were really going back and forth. Like, when he said he would slap her if she wasn't a girl, damn. And I'm just like, sir, why are you getting into it with all these women? You got into it with Ariana. You came for her first. You already disrespected Riley and already like used the microaggression towards her. And now you beefing with Georgia. And then you already had a little thing with Ava too. Like, we need another guy on the cast that won't take his shit and put him in his place. Because I don't like it how he keep getting into it with the women. That was a bitch move. If she was a guy, would have give him a two-piece. Slap a man. We can all see that Crypto never had a street fight or schoolyard fight like us. He's all talk. That's what I think. Maybe he owes somebody money and the speakers are collateral. I can see that, but $200? Anyway, y'all, both of these episodes, I'm going to collectively give them a 9. Can do a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 means there's no notes, but there are some. But anyway, I am loving this show. I think I can actually admit that. We probably have 3 more episodes to go. I would say this is an 8-episode season. I hope they have a reunion as well as a season 2. Like, this is a really good show. It feels fresh. It still gives me the Gallery Girls vibe. It's in New York. I really love it. Please let me know, y'all, how y'all feel about this season, what y'all think about like the characters, the show. The cast. Yeah, that's my review. I'm at 48 minutes, so I think I should end this. But yeah, thank y'all so much for spending y'all's 4th with me for an hour. I would love to know, because I'm really behind, would y'all like to see Basketball Wives next or Real Housewives of Miami review next? Please let me know in the comments. And yeah, with that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. I will see y'all for the next episode.